Hey y'all, time for another styling with the Soap Witch, and this time I am doing one of my weekly refresh videos. So just, in the middle of the week, my hair and scalp feels kind of gross and itchy from working out and sweating, so I just like to refresh it. And in this one, I will be using my moisturizing aloe vera spray, leave-in conditioner, curl custard, and hair oil. All right, so hop into the video. This is my hair after I have just wet it, and it's usually not as heavily saturated because I'm not doing a wash and go. So I'm taking my moisturizing aloe vera spray, and I am just going to douse my hair in a lovely dose of the goodness. And I also like to make sure I specifically get my ends as well. You don't want to leave those out, and I used to be really bad about doing so now I make sure I pay extra attention. So after I've gotten the amount that I've wanted all over my hair, I just kind of do section by section and just rake or finger comb or whatever you want to call it to get the spray coated like on every strand. So I did all over my head, didn't want to make you sit through it though, and just made sure everything was just properly coated, every strand was touched. I just want to make sure all of my strands get that goodness. So this is the leave-in conditioner. Now I'm going to apply that on top, and pretty much same thing here. So unlike when I do my wash and goes, I do not finger comb and rake when I'm styling. Okay, I don't do that when I'm doing a wash and go, but here I am. And that's because I'm not looking for extreme definition. I'm actually not caring about definition. I'm really just wanting it to be super moisturized, but then I kind of want the overall look to be fluffy and poofy, which is the exact opposite of the wash and go results I'm looking for. So that is my curl custard, also made with aloe vera because I love that stuff. And I'm just going to apply a generous, amount to my hair. As I said in other videos, I'm high porosity, so I don't do little amounts, I do generous amounts because that's what my hair requires. And I also like to layer products, so that was the hair oil, and I am just layering it all to help my hair hold on to as much moisture as possible. And so I'm just going to get all of that oil and products into my hair. And so now I am just going to take my hair and put it up into a puff. I'm doing a single puff this time because I was in a hurry and I wasn't running late for work, but I needed to get to work. So I figured this was quicker than navigating the two puffs or any other scenario. And so yeah, I I'm just going to pull all the hair into one big puff, and then I usually use my fingers as a comb to smooth out all of the hair on the top of my head, as well as the hair going into the puff. And then I like to take my brush and my towel to get the mess off my face because I'm so messy. But yeah, I like to take my brush and just smooth down that hair on the top of my head, and just make sure it all just looks nice and neat. And then I'm going to get it into my puff cuff. I think this one, I get them, I think it's mini. I think it's the mini one. The micro ones are the tiny ones that I use when I do the two puffs. I think this one is the mini. So, because they have a whole bunch of sizes. A ginormous one, which I've rarely ever used actually, and on down. And you can actually buy them like in a set and try different sizes to see what works for you. I have the link in the description. Anywho, so now that I've gotten the hair into the puff, I just like to hold on to it and then just kind of pull the hair through. I don't pull hard, and it's not very tight because it's in a cuff. So now that I've done that, I just want to go over it one more time with my brush to just smooth out any hair and try to not to catch my hair into the brush. And this time on camera, I actually did pull out the scarf and tie it on the hair. And one, just in case it's still dripping, this kind of helps with that. And then two, it just kind of helps to lay it down a little bit better while it's drying. I don't really like to have things on my head, and so I'm real bad about keeping this scarf on the entire time. So I wore it a good portion of the day and got sick of it and took it off. And that's why when you see me in the clip for the next morning, I'm not wearing it. So the hair is still laying down good enough for me though, so I don't really care. So yeah, I just woke up and this is the next morning because I just like to let it fully dry. And then same process that I did in the last video and that I do for the 2 puffs is I just take the hair and start kind of separating it, pulling it apart gently. And that's just to give the hair a puffier or fuller look, because this is, after all, a puff, not a, you know, smush or mushroom or whatever. So I just go through and pull it apart and then kind of pat and shape it until I'm satisfied with how it looks, or just until I don't feel like doing it anymore, whichever happens first. And then I'm pretty much done for the day. And I usually will keep it like this until wash day. So this is it. The puff. It's getting pretty big. It's getting pretty massive, but I'm cool with that. So if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I will see you later.